Yeah, Nyamiadum Yahoye.
Bibi Ekow.
Nyamiadum.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can see that. The last few weeks now has not been easy.
At all.
Yeah. But come to think of it, in him say the last time I must play in 2010.
That's true.
By since maybe the about close to where it would be 60 years ago, right? Yes. Why did you decide to spell this year in this proportion?
Thank you. I would like to greet all your listeners.
I'm a Joso.
Katrini bro from Africa.
Fantino so na obetimi ana waka ma.
Maka Fantino. Fantino so anya papa bia so 7. Obi sara maintain spell in suya. Of course them distress for communities or what so now. Beke de anya boapo dey spelling soon. Nsu wa badam na odos so ochire maybe ko. Yeah, them so that the integrity of the dam no will be compromised. Yeah, the integrity of the dam no how are you actually able? I am so into me town there. You actually hide the mama dam nebu. So a lot of factors being not there. You be be kakra senko. VRA with the almost 62 or 63 years.
Okay.
For the past almost 58 years in VRA, Ghanaians will operate up to this time.
Yeah.
Okay, share one of the professionals, very with good ethics. What when in day, where power plants, we know VRA.
Okay.
As me see why there will be a kebiche VRA, any major but. Ejuma in Bravoangas what bucket Ejuma one gene there Ghanaians more than them plants because one who plants are we maintaining them so there at least your plant actually in my day I did the so obe many now so sure the only now at least this small issue make a small this distress will affect the crop for community and soon you more and cost anka I'm sure that a bit better by this time they can want some very difficult for kind of funny now and quite best on your easy
but at what point no there you would have to spell this much.
Normally, your charter to what I follow every year based on the weather forecaster or the weather agencies or cinema, including Ghana Met.
Okay.
You follow in then normally from June, July, on in Suto or north in the middle belt. So, you tracking soon. You track per calculation, in so you where is them level. By track what predictions what they mind by all the Met agents and this year in soon topi out of 100%, 90% in soon top.
Okay. About
10% on better than Subeto. But obviously your prediction more the other probability no better my somewhere in August per Met for prediction actually soon be okay on or August be okay there obebano you share calculation we change paper so at the soon p no bim to draw guess connect no sorry be actually calculate the soon me so be p see I'm sure you won't be na actually be akada no dam no e benya challenge with the dam so somewhere first week in September. Actually, you will be a friend emergency preparedness plan. Protocols you go through. Actually, let all the agencies who are on this protocols in there. Charlie, be ensuring que you actually I won't be assemblies. So you activate them protocol. So on the 8th September, you're sending letters out to all the agencies, to the district. No inform for there. You actually be get to know. Be back here last year. You're sending the same notice they actually be get to know.
But last year we because
so do them time in soon one BP do check. And into me man sooner, but also you need enough water or then there was enough room or them to me holding so no. But sooner or bano pay average, you know. Then sooner was struck a percentage wise, no was struck.
Safe level near or more in 57, 68, 29 level would do a Charlie. Why you who be a dam be break your body?
Okay, so normally I dam no draw 276 feet.
276 feet.
Which is almost 84 meters.
Okay.
Who drew naturally level the them level the a bit more now. But
anything above no a problem.
Oh, we are critical. Mass modulo drew or critical more 277.5.
277.5
feet.
In the AO drew
CCA Kasa soon 277.36.
Really?
No.
Meaning the or try
What?
Before you began spelling, no way doing.
Oh, before you spelling, no, it do 272.5.
Okay.
272.5 can only about 3.5 near Drew the nominal operating level.
Yeah.
But charting there, yeah, sure so we could draw more than even 280. 280 actually damn baby is
compromised.
Fully compromised.
Obetum we buegum.
No drew hono so a. You to me nya hwe. The chart no chere that hono be drew. The chart nso chere that hono be drew per experience calculation every data one and obedru a into me to direction.
Direction we do.
We drew. And chere all that chere be gate in kakra me so no sem. They create more room now because after in Sudan start orator. In Sudan can say pick somewhere August to October middle.
Yeah.
On in Sudan peak.
Yeah.
So pick them level now after super but any room man. Then now beginning no chat then no children should be do almost 280. Naturally I mean should be connect create more room. Men so be no it will contain.
Even after spelling still as we speak today you safe papa with baby other CC
me sorting there you make it in Sudan.
Okay.
You to get me chere so no product
sure
no chere be do no na chere monitor there yare managing kakra on yare hwe yeah so or bana so you too good no yeah hwe ni measure ni na yeah sure okay be do the bit my bibi
what afa
on
one emergency preparedness plan and the protocol and Ekow Obeng-Kenzo when one agenda you would have to spell as what letters the command all the agencies involved, and your expectation was there the agencies would rather go down and inform the communities how they are affected.
Okay. Maybe my question kakra.
Okay.
May a simulation. Maybe beside the simulation either at there I don't know basic
about in the
them simulation may no.
Yes.
There were levels level 1, there were level 2, there were level 3. Level 1 chede so be near kakra bi oreba. The so urban crofun hu a chede what's the one kasa work. The simulation simulation up to level 2. Then soon you be more BP. Now how will people react and how should agencies work out?
Yes.
They made, it was on point. You could see them Kasa was stress on your wolf work. Obi so wide or art what can it dance through soon I do some work catch a roof.
Yes.
Na fire service for call. But wala the we nephew. Obi so the when we be a drone or den sunu. Now wa fair call center, ya fair for the be a drone on full this speedboat wa coaching back on one number sure ambulance afa on call. You hear them simulation to confirm that this is how it will be like. Say you act quickly. Crawford witness North Dakota, US. They were in the country. We say this was one of the best simulation one can say we witness because it was well done with the communities involved. This is how we are doing. So the community they were involved as the artists of what they should envisage.
And
Mepe was the main center.
Okay.
Call all the 9 districts there for there is
video here more in simulation in here.
in your simulation be ni how they be akeshe dua do there so doesn't to insan.
Okay.
The chere fire access for no okay in if you
okay.
One in the bar. So chere there the education call from very well. Me pen or a very low line area and you take a center no ye be so it's a German.
It's so German.
Yeah, be so other places. The other 6 districts on here and more of a desktop simulation, so you call issue no what at, but we know that the main issues normally lies in these areas. That's where we really took our time here them simulation. So sometimes it also
now when you were there, and this simulation was in June or July.
It was in May. Yeah, in May.
Okay.
So after May, also community relationship. What call communities? We educate one. Are you ready? If this happens, what will you do? Apart from the normal engagement, I engage communities. So we were all there continuously to make sure that at least the people are aware of what we did. They remember what we did. And if in case it should happen, what they should do. One of the radio stations, get a big kettle on or TA about 2 months ago. Or you're aware, simulation or year. So sometimes not your year. I think I cried a coffee cado. I didn't indicating coffee too much. But on your no, and CCR and coffee no here.
No, here CCR. Okay, in the CCR no, when after the simulation, when the decision was taken, then now we would have to spell, and as a letters no call around. When letters they call around about feedback now, did you get a feedback there? Agencies now call ground now manfa kokasa because it's baffling why you still here despite me kada why people still say there opinion leaders say they know when you're aware nananum binum reka youth groups leka. So really what's happening?
Okay. Cause I generate power. Deal with things. We normally would deal with the agencies or expertise.
Yes.
So Ekka district, those who have the expertise here, district assembly, they have the administrative structures. So they are supposed to take up that and disseminate information to the people down there. Fire service have to actually don't want down there. Obviously, this is what we have to do. We have to get out to see. Not more. The whole nation, they are the disaster management organization. They have that ability. So NADMO also do their coordination because they have almost a NADMO coordination centers at every district as capital. So they also go ahead and also at the other. So we believe that all these agencies knew what they are doing. They are expert in what they do. So they did what they had to do. So to us, in there at least the feedback of mind, well, we are aware, we are all standing by waiting for what will come. So I also it's one thing there. Obekade maybe gate onto them. Engineers where calculations in what the bed or gate actually a boy. It'll take here 3 days to take that decision. There was an argument back and forth. A movie engineers from Akuse to Accra with the executives to justify volumes already away in the calculations why this argument went on for hours. Because you Google map near shared development or in Sunasi
downstream.
Yes, development in a huge. In so actually you create room and so uttered by it to preserve that. It was huge. But them idea what will happen to the people
communities.
So from there, no, you into me them idea. What about the boy gate? Nen Swiss or Nen Sunus want to view. Naturally, in such a day, the power no, you wasting so. And as back a day, we didn't manage the water law. So all these issues, it's plain at the back of our mind to look what decisions should be taken, which should be very good for the nation, for the dam, and also the people living downstream. For 3 days, you take this, okay, the best way to do the young way only 20 cubic feet, 20,000 cubic feet, near monitor. So 20 notice in the corridor. So 20,000 or today sooner or sooner. So group of the sooner or at least or
okay.
Near call 30. With then with that and if it okay, maybe with the notice gone out, governor has also be move.
Yes.
So at least when at least get we
are Oreba.
But And to me, also about fourth one, and
Sure.
because maybe 2010, you bring nothing of this
We
sort
actually
happened.
in Hushe, yeah.
So because what will happen? Let's wait and see. But still, so almost 3 weeks. Volumes in here very, very small. Oracle. Man, levels soon, sorry about so or doors. So actually, I take decision. So, being a days I work cancel and soon channel. I show you that
We're going to say.
you're going to You're going to But there's one thing that be also maybe you have vetting in mind too. There, at least, your boy gatey, Oberian we.
Yes.
Oberian we used to at least
Officially, we're bearing we.
officially, yanti Oberian. Say as we speak officially, yanti Oberian.
Yes.
Oberian we used to and actually, Kofuno walk room, they were aware. So they all took precautionary measures. Because when I maybe soon be new brother. No before.
Yeah.
Until there was a Ekow Obeng-Kenzo Downstream watch a film. Actually, at least education wise, no call for. There's something that maybe actually you prove further.
Yeah.
How come there? We didn't have any filter incidents out of this flooding. So it's something that we also would like to find out what really happened.
The other thing will be was started opening slowly. Them are not Eric Hammer, just Saman Funihua, then they would move based on what they are seeing. But before that, you best start spelling slowly, you know. We knew the end game. We knew this year, no, the volume will be spelling will not be like what we spelled in 2010. We knew the end from the beginning. Yes, okay. They best spell more.
Okay, per prediction, actually, I spell more.
Sure.
Per prediction,
Sure.
But prediction also, make it any yami. Any yami, any dance, no, obey.
Okay.
And actually, also a careful. The brain no nako. Insu yambe. The young boy can track weather, no, so then soon obey.
But I just wanted to know that because you knew you'd be spelling more, no, was it part of the communication to the people there? This time, no, on year 2010. Okay. Even though you're starting kakra, but would graduate it as time goes on. There, this time, on year 2010, it will be important. The margin now, the person would move.
Okay. Make it there in with the data in the back of my with in the obituary draw.
Okay.
Or a probability obituary draw. And so you started slow spelling. No, you do the sooner by morning. You issue another communication.
Okay.
Then sooner by no doors.
Okay.
To get a baby in the view.
And that communication went to the agencies.
Went to the agencies. Definitely have to go to the community through the district assembly for them to know that a baby gets no more. Then we issued another one, third one, on the 9th of October. They get actually because the sooner ban or does too much. Actually, more. So at least you communicate with all the high volumes you communicate to crowdfunding there. So when you're there you break at least information call out there. Per every level you inform on accordingly.
As part of the expectations there, or danko amount for the move, what could be before front? Where were you expecting them to move to?
Per the simulation, there was safe havens.
Okay.
Or your higher grounds. You label in a safe haven. That communities but they will label. Another new right is even old right where they are the watcher.
Okay.
So communities in there won't know when most safe havens that you walk up. Some has to do with school blocks, church premises. You have to go there for you to be received and then maybe cared for or given a shelter. So we know safe havens, you know. So at least number of also they were ready to receive the people. So Crawford started from your records here when in sooner back at and see you drew Cassana Cassano. Crawford has all movie called safe havens, no was were 12 pay. Open was safe haven and not more for you. In sooner you issue letter they be in Cassano. Them next day relief items after the refugee cram recall communities anymore. So I'll be critical on the 10th of October you get in the casino. 11th no. Then 10th no, and you bring a relief items. You drew communities in a safe havens to give to community. Maybe to make an go for safe havens, you know. As at 11th October, was around 6,000.
6,000.
No. By any day, movie from Nadmo later, what do they tell about the movie called One Uncle Fu?
One Uncle Fu Nebusian for
so later, Nadmo Fu, who the damn no account to one. So after 3 days, we know some we account to about 26,000 plus, and it was about 30,000 plus. That's the number. What
Nipa, what was safe havens now? Displaced people.
Displaced people, no.
Why 30,000?
30,000. But safe havens, as a year, no, last 3 days, we do about 14,000 across the various
havens, no. Across the districts, no.
Districts, no.
And district Bia was safe haven.
Bia was safe haven. Actually.
How do you react to when I work there? There was nothing safe about those havens. Now, Ekow really, na bibi enyo, and onumpo na one motivate people to go there.
On bear something actually maybe you investigate Jim. Since I went to me try make the behind the Jimmy you know. Actually share what really how often complain. And so them so I'm gonna actually maybe also maybe may horror corner actually maybe feedback with actually in your feedback with the area on your actually but it's something actually aftermath and actually share. ABBA so film this stream conference maybe on year conducive enough then turn one corner. Next time how do we do it? So it's something we'll take on board and make sure that at least if there's a correction that we need to do to improve. Whoever fails to improve in his life then is dead.
But in one emergency protocol, no safety protocol, no safe havens ne ka homo.
Yes, they are there. They are marked out. Now, so
and this should be in a certain condition.
Yeah, this street
for people for it to be habitable.
Habitable, because normally, so maybe back they name the number of the duration of the spillage and duration of the effect. How long will the people stay there? So I think with that, maybe day to day, no, you may be changing your plan, maybe upgrading the facilities to make sure the people there, maybe the water will just pass. For only 1 week. After that, they will go back. So maybe to stay for a longer period. So I think it's part of the activities that NADMO, who has the expertise, I'm sure they are going to implement. As we sit right now, they make sure there's enough water. Why ensure that there is portable toilet. There are mobile clinics.
CCA, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, contract.
Well, last time Ekow Obeng-Kenzo.
That was that'll be Tuesday or Wednesday.
Any day, Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm a vice president call.
Okay.
Not potable waters, potable cabins.
Sachet water.
No, potable cabins, what they call. Loo.
Okay, loo, you know. Okay.
What they call.
Okay.
I request more to be supplied. There were big poly tanks, what that community was supplied to the various communities. So that water tank I will hold in Sureba. Sachet water so was supplied. Drugs.
Okay, Lou need in here.
What they be. But I also feel that maybe they should add more. So see, I catching up from the Zoom Lion.
I want that was supply.
One family because someone know expertise so that at least they will maintain it, clean it, evacuate, and make sure it's always comfortable for the people to use. So at least we've engaged
Zoom Lion to do that on your behalf.
Yes, so
and if I'm and over a live stream on Facebook, ni YouTube, some of the pictures and videos of and some be all count more pictures to show the pictures will be showing on our stream in mobile movie. But one other thing in the CCR you can confidently say the safe havens are habitable.
Yes, they are getting better. Habitable, getting better. Day on is getting better or improve. Some of the schools now light in your so Ministry of Energy we donate solar lamps.
Okay,
and from those communities, those schools, so they can get light in the evening. Ekow.
Hey, I want to wear a donation here.
Yes, I need a donation. Food items and other things to the communities. Yes. Last Saturday, not this Saturday, past Saturday, health department or the drug score.
Via health department.
Yes, the amount they call as a start drug call is almost 1.5 million Ghana cedis. And still there are more drugs going. The drives that we here, we here to make people comfortable.
Yes.
Record. You have personnel so you deploy. They are working with the district health unit
Directorate, no.
to make sure that at least there's comfort given to the people, because it's stressful.
Yeah.
We have to make sure that at least they are comfortable. Whatever we need to do to make sure they are comfortable, we need to do it.
From our one data, how many districts have been affected by the Madi?
So far, it's 6 out of the 9.
6 out of 9 districts.
Yes.
In the area, North Tone, South Tone, Central Tone, Sayo Sudoku, Esojaman 5, Adan, East and West.
Yes.
Okay, that's 7. That should be 7. Say Adan, East and West.
Adan, East and West. No, normally maybe Adan, East, West, and East,
okay.
West.
And that should be 6. 6 districts
have been affected.
Na Pro East na yet
Pro East no, because
that should be Bono East region.
Yes. In so abadam nature doors.
Okay.
In so abadam nature so doors and actually or spread and so the channel funny level. So north also flat because it's not dam nature doors. And the normal phenomenon we can bring so don't come once one tall.
Yes.
But so do doors so into so can they bring ma passing for them. Actually holding so no. One make the Savannah region is affected. Northeast also is affected.
Will be affected.
They are affected. No, will be. They are affected.
And also from this dam spillage.
Yeah.
From spillage.
Spillage activities. Yeah. Because there's a lot of water in the back of
the
dam.
We pay now those areas. No oil, no car.
Oh yes, it's flooded. The place is flooded. It's flooded. So there are also people that we are working with NADMO to go to those communities. Not sure that how are they faring? What can we do to support them, at least
those
also
communities
in the north? So that's what we are doing.
But I think initially what we had how a dam and it's affect communities and district downstream, upstream. They would be safe, but it doesn't look like it.
Because north, because so we of Bagri Dam now, they always experience that thing. But I think this year no. But we stay because it's so tall, so dorsal, not all. And then so we go down so dorsal. So we do not our dorsal you hold in a level you dream is unprecedented in the operational life of authority. Level that you dream so that then in sunu or dam nature so or spread and then susu togum. So the flood in the north is very massive. Then susu go yes maybe recall. Because you break down.
Yes.
Also, as if we so once worry. So actually, why a very dicey situation for you there? A middle. I block in sewer of a call. A jail so quite and for us.
Yeah.
On back. Yeah. Abandon them. You have to manage.
As we speak, the impact on the northern communities, as we speak. But we've not done the assessment.
No, not many. Why data?
Okay.
So they are yet to share the data with us to know the effect. We know our chief executive will be want to go and visit the Bupe area or
northern communities.
Yeah, to see what the effect is like over there too. But it's also waiting on that more. With the information that you get, that you can also go there and go and visit.
The impact on the northern communities now comes as a surprise to you as an authority, right? Because I don't think the one community engagement or core in your plan they would not have been affected.
Per projections of Berno, they should not have this massive effect. By making them so continuous or not, so it's compounding the issues. So I think that one too is affecting them severely at the north. So it's very challenging.
Oba spilling now, when would it end? And what end as we speak?
No, spilling so yes, spill now. Sorry, BMC 48 hours ago. So BM is about 230,000 cubic feet. Or BM every second.
Really?
That's the water bar. Now, so you to go down almost 230,000.
It is around the same
into our balance.
Or corner over.
So this is a level no rise near zero. For the two days continuous zero. So you hope they will be negative. yeah, monitor weather condition. Yeah, monitor actually and yeah, take decision of
whether to spill or to close.
For now, they honestly to increase the volume will be very difficult to spill. We really have to take a very hard decision because you're spilling more volume, and then you should know the
consequences. No,
yeah, the Sokoa-Kopi Bridge will be wiped off. The economic activities all the way to Togo, Nigeria will be cut off. And as a nation, given such responsibility, you don't want such a thing to be for a nation. So we in VRA, it's not a fun for you. You can't sleep on this. There save them no. Okay, the effect down there.
Yeah.
And more cost a dam
effect. Massive.
Yeah, so you are doing a balance at calculating every day, every second, the decisions you should take, which is paramount for the nation as a state. What should you do? Should I open it to go to save the dam and wash the Sokoa-Kopi Bridge, cut off all economic activities with your neighboring countries, Togo, Benin, Nigeria? All this will not happen again. Hold the water, monitor the dam, and make sure the dam don't break. And that is some of the things that we are always doing every single day.
Into like as a direct response to my question, no, as in whether spilling or end and on end day, on your yes or no.
Spilling on end day, yes.
On end day.
No, yes.
We would have spill.
Yes, but yeah, hope there may be China. There be a negative rise. Naturally, in sorry, be no source in sorry you too.
You too go no.
The bit make a close gate in Kakra. Yeah, calculations. Yeah, engineers calculations. They yet to get no. What will be the effect on the dam? So no be quick draw him. Get him there from middle of October to the end of October. So no jet or top.
Yeah.
Obejet or top. Say me to get in man. So be calculator or obeko could dream or dam no. Or draw a dam no. Or a save and on a save. So now your calculation you calculated okay. So obey then close on close getting kakras obey net holding net use so no. And so maybe no do better.
Yes.
You hope there. You can hope. Back data out there. And soon talk from this time of the year no. And so turn on doors to the end of October. At least you them effect and then sorry but also reduce. At least our data is correct. It's trending to it will stop along the line towards the end of October going. Then we can say okay now we are out of it. Close off there.
In the years one spilling, no meaning that those years soon in Toby Brea.
So extra data enya for 7 years conservative in so atopa. Some years back on Sutani in a drought. So somewhere I think the first year of President Kufuor, we were seeing the bottom rocks of the dam.
Okay.
So those times I think they called that people should go and pray so that it rains into the dam.
Yeah.
And it rained in Sudan Bay. So these are some of the things. So the back door you in Supi or dam so there's doom so this for the past 7 years, averagely in Suato. So normally says dam drought in Suato there's a lot of drought. In your more room or dam says so to be obeguma or to stay in open gate. I do own drew minimum operating level I then way gate. They near Jay student but because in Suato consistently good rooms there one on doors. The machines are here designed I run 6 machines but may take only 51,000. Pay if you soon.
Okay.
Then sorry, but so it's more than 51. So build up.
Yeah.
Or build up. What will you do? Ekadem soon when they jail or damn nature. That's a damn so big. Obusa. I don't think.
Problem never more. Is it true there? The more water there is in the dam, the more power we are able to generate from dam now.
Yes. It won't soup your head. Or normally why the was through a jail bibim. But speed or best then speed no better 10 water by no more we generate electricity. So soupy woman it to me use to more effectively and efficiently to generate power. Or for me to run machines they run only those or what suction was why are they pump? Since soon doors are until the pump no break and what cars four doors on my umbrella so phone convert to that
or bread.
So the same thing at dam also.
Me busa them questioning based on assembly and Nana Jantua Kane. Nana Jantua used to work with PURC, and she made the point there because in our generation mix, the more power we get from hydro, on my end user tariff, before the hydro is cheaper.
Yes.
So those were the considerations really for the ministry and VRA. They yen keeping Solomon rise in the dam, yen generating more from hydro. Now manfun tria cheaper tariffs. Onuntina, when you even had to spill, what defer spillage now in there in sooner bar paid our creative problems in Adama.
Oh, today made some kind of last you best spill, you spill.
Yes.
You drew your minimum operating level to spill.
Because it was safer at the
safe.
time.
So there's no point to
spill.
This year, yesterday, I ran machines, message they run, On they saw burn doors. We saw bay doors, so I also in our mind, we think we should keep that water. But a track in sooner level now, we could do into me keep.
Yeah.
It's them more. In Soroko is about more than 3 times, and so I generate 6 machine power or Akosobo. Here to me, them cheaper, I am tunku. You started 20,000 crab because you to cheaper we go to cheaper on pay started 20 come the year to cheaper because for perception since Sudan to so it how will you account for it?
Sure.
So they started them gradually at the same time want the people down there also monitor the inflows coming in and take a decision. That's why we started that slowly. Yes.
But was it part of the considerations there? In sooner or dam we get more power. The citizens will pay cheaper for power. So let's see how we can maintain water in the dam. Now, or a consideration.
Oh, I won't say it was a consideration. Every time, every year, we always pray that we'll get enough water in the dam.
Yes.
When we get enough water in the dam, we get more power, cheaper power.
Yeah.
We get a balanced cost for everybody to enjoy it. But at the end, then we also look at the integrity of the dam. They don't compare because we want more water and cheaper power. You put the integrity of the dam. No. So you attract them with a brown in maximum level that the water has to. We have to take a decision. So that's a track, So in the starter, your tracker, Kevin Record or Bekobe could draw. In the Bobby Drew. The tracking Bobby could draw.
Yes.
So sooner by your track, go do maybe less than the 276. Why should you open the gate? We won't do 277.7, and why should you open the gate? That's a track nature or broader call too much. They have to take a decision.
You have to take a decision.
Make that call when it's
I am not an engineer, I'm an engineer, but is there no engineering solution to this? I've heard people say there, don't we have use of water? There we just pale water for the water to destroy to restore people to their earlier position. You need use for water. Is there no other way we can make use of this water? Reservoir, irrigation projects, and all of that. VRA, wondering maybe them one.
60 years operations. We've had best engineers across. Something that has crossed our mind. When Ekow Dam, no.
Yes.
Dam.
Okay.
So Ekosiisen Dam between Ekosiisen Ekosiisen to the reservoir. And so if you Ekosiisen, I don't hold
Ekosiisen.
Now Ekosiisen for use the generate power. And Kano, small irrigation wa Ekosiisen all the way to Abeyime for farming. In soon so a children with the children soon also.
Yes.
Once the ecological effect will be very huge for us. Children soon also.
Yes.
No kwepunumo. Soon as also na kwepunu at a particular speed. Or stay too much, and you should know that you are going to breed a lot of other insects, mosquitoes that will affect people. Normally, so soon as they are also a first days or one sooner occurs behavior.
Yes.
So that one, Emma a pusunusu otumbim, a bed dredge. Pusuna bemo will be condemned. So, for Sunano, we know about what one is in Sunuma. So, what can you to me? That's the first call. So Akuse, Akosombo, in between is more like a reservoir.
Yes.
But one thing actually Ghanaians also maybe what I say there. And yet, spilling is not everyday activity of VRA. We don't spill every day. Spilling will happen because we have excess water. Until the Kofat is spilling. Since 2010, yeah, spill it. The normal water of Yakosombo, no, up Bakoku Reservoir, Makuse user, no call. Yanti flooding. So actually, Biata said, oh yeah, it's an abnormal situation you found yourself. Now make it in sorry be oh yeah, 183,000. Multiply by 60, that will give you 1 minute.
Yeah.
So they are talking about 1 million now. Then you multiply by another 60, gives you 1 hour. Multiply by 24 for 1 day. And then if you spill it for almost 10 days, which reservoir can hold this water?
The water.
And then from Akuse to the sea, you know, the place is flat. The elevation from Akuse into the sea is about 7 meters. You're talking of a kilometer, almost 70 kilometers. That's 70 kilometers, the height of 7 meters. It's almost flat. That can be maybe to the dike, a holding sooner. A dike now, which height will you construct it? A holding so a final level. So it will spread across. So those communities on the sides will also be flooded. So what can they into me holding sooner? It's something we may think about. We'll put it on table to but the fact and the engineering solution will be a bit difficult because the place is flat. You can't hold that volume of water coming and say they are going to use it. The only option we have is how can we maybe hold the water enough in the north? Because that's where the source of the water is. Into the year, Bui. The Bui Dam is more of a peak machine or people holding around a peaker and they bring the next one was supposed to be the Pualugu Dam. So Pualugu Dam, at least the spill from Bagri in Sobeto North and Pualugu will hold it. Then when they are using it to generate power, it will come into the possible. They will use it for generation. So that one can control how the water flows into the reservoir from the north for us to control the water into the lower water. So these are the engineering solution we think is the best for us as of now. So we are definitely working with government to make sure the Pualugu Dam comes on.
Because Pualugu also VR in a warrior them project.
Government, no, we are the executing agency. Yeah, so we've done all the studies. All that is needed is to get the funds to do the project. We've not stopped on that Pualugu activity.
Meaning there on chassis.
Yes, started fiscal construction. But all the permit, all the surveys, all the studies, resettlement grant, the resettlement plan is already there. Resettlement of animals, elephant cross path, wildlife is involved. All those plans have been developed. So when the money comes, Pualugu is started.
On $1 billion.
Almost $1 billion. Yeah, nice. So that is the solution.
The other thing before the relief items are all safe havens. Honey, there say VRA one pylons are what built. What they transfer ko ECG one BSPs na de no. When you right of way with AC one pylons under these pylons no. One makwan mu bia may any structure be under any pylon. Or the door pylons nasi and all of that. Yenyim so there in Suno downstream communities they develop alongside. In don't na yehu mepe all those other communities that in Sunu Basoro Kakrano Wafa Wunyina. Why are you not interested in development along in Suno? Because when you're there, if there are developments along, on order them unbudgeted for expenses in Aboto Wando. Because now we'll be in Suna, communities will be flooded. If in Mepe, for example, so be in Sidan or low-lying area, and you need them problem. So yes, you need there assemblies now share development in their areas, but VRA should have interest.
It's something maybe we'll start looking at. But there's one thing actually maybe we have to put across there. Your BBFN in non-dated maps.
Sure.
Non-dated maps there. So you buy a gate now. Every dam be a BSC or non-dated maps. The buy in case the buy gate now on sooner speller. which areas number flood.
Over flood, sure.
The maps in districts will be.
Yes.
So we know where the nominated areas are.
And the expectation is that one more be permits to build in those areas.
That one to make them a judge district, is their core. I don't know what goes on in their working procedures over there.
Is it this one? Bada. Inundated map.
Yeah, some of the maps.
Okay.
To show where the floods will occur.
Okay.
We have satellite maps on them to show all those things.
Okay.
Yeah. So at every level that you open again, it shows you where the water will get to. So we know all the district have it. The inside workings of the district, I can't say it.
Yeah, but my point is, because VRA is a state agency, district assemblies are state agencies. Relationship netted, and is it not possible for you to say, hey, because I know there, if any such development over under one pylon, you will not allow it.
Yeah, so extra VRA Act now, our mandate is always at the upstream.
Sure.
Up to the that's on year what them year 280 contour no.
Okay.
That nobody developed to the lake.
Sure.
Because our source of fuel is the water.
Yes.
So we have the 280 at the upstream. So we protect those 280.
Okay.
Downstream we don't have that authority over the downstream. So
you expect the assemblies to help you in that regard?
Yes, that's why they have the inundated map. So maybe we'll find out. We'll just have to talk to them and find out what it is. I can't fault them. I can't blame them as I sit here. I have to get more knowledge from.
Yeah, because I'm thinking that because there any effect on these communities downstream would also have a hit on our one budget, because in the initial almost 10 million Ghana. That's huge.
We do 20 million.
We do 20 million CC. That's huge. Or it's can't go to more the fofo. If I want one supervising ministry, energy ministry, assemblies and such a local government, I say, and there's a interministerial committee, a president, a former, those two ministries are part.
Yes.
So why can't those ministries work together? Because I think the long-lasting solution, apart from the engineering solution, yesi pualugu, yaye bui and all of that, no, development along the lake, as you are doing 280 contour in the north, no, should happen downstream as well. At least from this experience, it should not happen again. And the only way is to make sure that if there is resettlement of communities down, when our low line, I resettle one. I don't know if that budget you can contain, but maybe central government should have to come in. So we do the resettlement. Because I'm sure if they are to remain there, about next year, more volumes in the dam would spill. And a similar thing would happen again.
Yes, maybe something to consider.
Yeah.
We'll start talking about it and see where it will end as well.
Yeah. Our friend, then, one relief item so far, because Mate, and I've heard report, a month for today, you will see if even come the and it's banning back and Sumpu Yenabin relief items are wako or adequate, at least for the people we have in the offend and safe havens. No?
It is adequate. And we are still bringing it. As I said from the beginning, we want to make sure each and everybody affected is comfortable.
Yeah.
We cannot bring the comfort as they live in their homes. We can't do that. But we'll do what we need to do to make sure they are comfortable. And the relief item or relief to the people will not stop.
Okay.
Our main objective is to make sure those who have been affected are comfortable. And also, what can we do as soon as possible for them to go back to their normal life? Going to see how the people are. Be one if you are better. Sorry, then.
Yeah. Well, I call the school name.
Yeah. So psychological.
The emotional trauma walk home.
Yeah. So some things, to make that trauma get I would urge him. Power generator.
Yeah.
Well, affecting Crawford. What can we do to make sure they are comfortable? They have a bit of their dignity back, their confidence back, behave as if they are normal human beings, and not live through this. So we are bringing in psychologists to take them through that. Look, this thing may not stay forever; it will pass soon. Doctors are there checking that they are comfortable. We think Ministry of Health is also on board. The district health directorates are also involved to make sure people are being given care. What is essential is water.
water in Suno.
Yes.
Now I'm calling in Subia.
Unfortunately, Mepe in particular, which is what hits
the worst hit
area. No, unfortunately, most of the people they use pit latrine. And then sooner flood, convolution of all this. So you can't even think that people should even live close to
the water
and even touch the water. So we are trying to do everything possible to make sure there's enough water for them to drink. Get some to bath and cook. That one is very paramount. We have to make sure they have some water also to wash their clothes. Even to be shelter continuous all day is bad. These are things which is really bothering us, giving us sleepless night to make sure that look, these people are living comfortable. And we are doing it and we'll continue to do it. We don't know what is enough. People will complain that they've not gotten what they have to, they are human beings. But when the complaint comes, we take it on board and quickly have to act on it with the help of NADMO. VR is just at the back of NADMO to make sure these items go to all those communities. By head officer at the various locations, you'll be sat for us. All the directors are on the field, working with the NADMO staffs to make sure relief items are being supplied to the communities which have been affected. And so every hand is on board to make sure the people are comfortable.
One issue that might come up, because Matt talk of a class action to sue VRA and government and all of that. It borders on compensation for one hour we lose one livelihood, one properties, binum farms and all of that. Is that being considered, or from VRA point of view, what can be them?
As of now, the agent and the people who are affected should have that comfort. That is our main priority now. Whatever comes after, when things have settled, when we get there, we'll cross
that bridge.
As of now, no, it's not something that is occupying our mind. It's the people who have been affected. They are very critical to us. They are the people who want to make sure they have relief. And they go back.
But these are the same people who would demand for compensation.
When we get there, we'll cross it. We are a state agency. The state is there. So when we get there, we'll cross it. I think for now, is there. They're getting comfort and going back.
And I've heard, medical practitioners and experts say there, contaminated water maybe an epidemic can happen, a health can happen. And what plans would they go on?
Yes, that is the biggest worry to us too. Because the water source is all polluted. So in case there's outbreak of cholera,
problem,
outbreak of typhoid, it's a bother to us. It all comes into our planning of this gate opening, closing. All is part of it, and we don't want even one outbreak of cholera, which will lead to even somebody losing his life. We don't even want to imagine it. So whatever we have to do to make sure they don't get close to those water, they don't get any outbreak or any waterborne disease, we have to make sure we are doing it. Chlorine is going, and the chlorine make sure to kill some of the bacteria. We make sure the chlorine goes, and make sure at least they don't touch those water, but the water which are good in other communities, at least they can use the chlorine and use it to wash, but not to drink. But we'll continue to bring the
sachet water.
You're about 3 water tankers, which goes around to give water, fetch water from Tema, drive out the put them in the big tanks and make sure they people use. And that we've started since October 9th. We are still doing that. The tankers are going every day to bring water.
If the touch wood, but in far areas, if the water doesn't recede in the next 1 month, what were enough buffers to keep the people will be always and make them comfortable?
Honestly, with all our calculation, we are not thinking of 1 month.
1 month.
We think we are closer in bringing
life back to normal.
Closing the gate for the water to recede. Yes, we think we won't get there. We are very close to that. Very, very close to that.
Utiemina wo question be Emma Engineer Kenzo ono ye Deputy CEO ewo VRA. Ye WhatsApp number ni 0548 443 523 0548 443 523. As we begin to wrap up on the interview, no metimia kwa kotwa omajuma. So let me read some few messages and then would wrap up and continue with our show. Obi, please ask him as an engineer if he thinks the vice president's suggestion that the water be diverted to the sea is workable. Okay, that's an interesting question. Nasin sunankasa we boya okobo puni mana.
That's the end of the water.
Into a yaba diversion biwa. And okay, diversion the on for kruma. We are or a possible engineering sense or a possible.
That one we'll think about it. We have to get it on the table and think about it.
I don't know, but we say, Obi, I would like to commend the VRA for the way and manner in which they've managed this spillage issue. Though the activities have brought about great discomfort, we as a country cannot overlook the fact that the activities have also not brought about any casualties. Yao Marvin is in Kwesimintim Takrade. Yao Marvin, thank you. This one says, Obi, how about NADMO collaborating with the 48 Engineers Regiment and having the capacity to construct temporary accommodation using these event center tent with solar systems for light, mobile toilet, etc. NADMO can also have packed meals within a day. We should be able to move to any part of Ghana to accommodate disaster victims instead of using classrooms. Some countries are able to do this and it shouldn't be beyond us. Edwin Ewatakradi, and he again says, Obi, we should also know that those living downstream of the Bung Dam derive their livelihood from the water in the river. Okay, into downstream Bung, livelihood from the water in the river. Which river? River now pollute. And I'm on him.
I think that maybe it's referring to the one that normally flows into the sea.
Into the sea.
Under the Sogakope Bridge.
Okay.
They fish in it and do that. And also some use for irrigation.
Oh, okay.
Farming and water.
Yeah, because I saw the Sky Group, for example, and the Sami Okujeto Ablakwa, Honorable MP, Wakati saw there will be accommodation units be for one why displaced, so they can free the classrooms, for student school life to come back. And this person suggests there maybe a temporary accommodation using event center tent for people to move in while they free the schools for school life to come back.
It's true. The 48 is doing that. They're already on the ground.
48 soldiers now.
Yeah, and the work that they are doing, you won't believe it.
Why a tent, Nibia?
They have tents there. They have tents at the Mepe center. They have tents. They brought in tents. They brought in their boats. They are ferrying people across the water. And you ask them, you say that these guys are really disciplined. They know what they are doing. With all the conditions, the guys are really in with their boot working, and they are really working very hard. The Navy is there with most of their boats, ferrying people across, bringing relief to people. The Ghana Armed Forces are doing a great job over there. We should go and see how the coordination of the army, and you will love it. They are doing what is expected of them. But I think there's always room for improvement.
And the end game would be they would move the displaced people from the classrooms into those tents to free the classrooms.
To make more room to free the classroom, more room for people to come into or decongest the classrooms. They are doing that.
Okay.
And the other bit too of the cooking, I know initially NADMO was bringing food, hot meal to the people, but it was creating a lot of challenges. So now they brought in fuel, either charcoal or gas, to allow people to cook themselves. So they give them the
foodstuffs
that they cook themselves. Maybe what they want to eat is not what you are bringing.
You are bringing to them.
Other foods, that is not what they. So at least they give them the foodstuff, everything, add fuel to it. The people cook and they eat themselves. NADMO is also doing a very great job over there.
Okay, this one says, Obi, good afternoon. Nanaya told you government is doing nothing and the military are not there. Also, then, yet you don't cross-check. You accept everything she says. Emmanuel, I hear you. Thank you. It is some of the issues she raised in Yebusa Edienya, some clarity. Where's Obi? Ask him what's the minimum water level of operations of the dam and why do they wait so long before the spilling? And now, Kwame Ashoman Estate, you joined late. Where you saw a question, I know I'm that, but maybe obviously it should be Obi. I would like to. Okay, Yao Marvin Kwesimintim, I've dealt with your message already. Where's Obi? An engineer on another network said the dam should be dredged and it hasn't been done. Kindly ask your guest if it's true. Yao Minta ewo kokro bite. Dredging no wadwen would it have saved us from this disaster?
Honestly, the dredging, as he's saying, we normally dredge the lower basin.
Okay.
To allow the seawater to come in to kill the vectors. The dredging is really not to control flooding or to hold the water. As I said, the plain is very flat. If you dredge so deep, then the water cannot even go into the sea. So that the sea can even take over the whole water because you have a tide which is preventing your water from flowing. So you should get a speed of water so they can enter into the sea. When the water recedes, the sea should be able to also, at high time, should also rush into the water and kill other bacteria in the water. So this ecology has to be balanced. Notwithstanding, we were dredging the lower water.
Okay.
We had challenges with our dredger. We brought in a dredging company. We had contracts with 2 dredging companies. One brought his dredger, and when he entered into the lake, they did a bit of cutting into the bed because it was bigger than what we used to have in our as VRA's dredger to create a path to go. After dredging, he collected a and put it on his deck. He has to clean the hose. Clean the hose, you know. You know, use no pollution, you kakra. Community sue VRA. They won't mind dredging. I say once, dredging.
You had to halt that exercise
for almost 4 months. I think I had to resolve. You better start dredging. Hoping that by the end of this year, the dredging will start. The 2 companies will start their dredging. VRA service also bringing a 3rd dredger to make sure that at least we increase the dredging in the community to allow the seawater to come inside to also kill off those worms and also clear a bit of the base of the river bank. But the river bank dredging is not in the upstream.
Okay.
It's just at the downstream. The upstream is more of the water icing because between Akosobo, we create a lot of island. We create a lot of seeds settling and germinating and creating. So you get water icing, you get some big islands. There are pictures or you see some huge island, just like a football park. Floating on the water under the what do you call it? Sugar Copy Bridge, which block the path that we need to go and cut to allow the water to flow. So normally there's consequences of distracting nature. How nature has been designed, and so we do the dredging, and we'll be doing it. 2025, it didn't. 2010 didn't happen. So people should understand that even if you dredge, and this volume of water which is coming out, it will hold for up to a point. It will overflow again, and we still have this unfortunate situation that we have on our hand.
I'll pick this final message near the Nkomana Baby. Obi, good afternoon. The VRA man said around 1st September they alerted all the necessary agencies about the possible spillage of the dam. What feedback did they get from those agencies about their preparedness, and what was their direct involvement in the dissemination of information to those living in those catchment areas? So those living in those catchment areas. I think VRA themselves did not expect this level of disaster. It is very unfortunate for them to say no one died because they were aware of the spillage. Who waits to be consumed? Kofi Ewo Teshi Nedie Enono. Good evening, Obi. My name is Yuku Asameni from Boom. I want you to ask the director, what are they doing with the weeds which have taken over the river behind the Boom Dam at Boom? Thank you. Okay, thank you too. We say Obi. Let me see. What the VRA boss is saying about the simulation they did is true. I even watched it on Joy News some months ago. Okro Yeboah or Breman Benin. We say Obi, I am Kweku Edupako from Rotterdam in Holland. Holland as a whole is waterland, and they've created canals all over. Why would Ghana not do same? Okay, thank you, Obi. Okay. I hear you. Let me see. Where's Obi? When the 79? Okay, into coup d'etat. Another conversation altogether. But let me wrap up. 17 minutes after 5. Yeah, the discussion segment. Ebe Bremo and Chebia. Engineer. Finally, the Udi Aja Ghana for Haiti, and especially residents are affected by this.
We would just like to give assurance to all that nobody is going to be left behind.
Yes.
All those who have seen VRA's logo before, we have a writing down there that we add values to life, no matter what the situation is. Whatever we'll do to bring that relief, we'll do it. We are not going to stop. We also make sure all our actions going forward will help quickly make sure that people go back to their normal lives, restore livelihood to them. We also ask that every Ghanaian who has any ability, capability, skills that I think that can come in to help NADMO and us to bring that relief, they should all come on board. We should roll up our sleeves. The people affected are people, they are Ghanaians, they are one of us. We don't know who turn out, what the person will be in future, who is going through this. What we should do is that at least we should save the life of each and every one. Nobody dies out of this situation, so that they can go back to their normal life. Life is very precious and life is very important, and VR will continue to do this to make sure
that's
they get
true.
their life back.
Thank you. On our own, in Soba Multimedia, Don Brandt, Yene Mepe Development Association, Aka Abuma Yanso Yeboa, and we asked them to send us a list of some of the things victims in here immediately, to also help in our own small ways using our airtime. Inti yedi tuja and announce mobile money number and all of that, and we encourage people to give. So far, Nipa Bibrina responded favorably to our call. Ebenezer Apia ama 10,000 Ghana cedis check, for example, and the Institute of Engineers and Technology almost in 10,000 Ghana cedis check. Miss Grace Agbai am I 100 Ghana cedis. Mr. and Mrs. Ampofuchu Messi am I in mattresses or am I in plate, bowls, stools, clothing, cups, cooking utensils, bed sheet, or Tema Community 11, and they've done so well. Miss Matilda Womega am I in Taria Bibre, Madame Mary Domi, and so Taria, Mrs. Alice Hayford am I in Taria, Mrs. Esther Saki, and so am I in Taria, Mrs. Elizabeth Benny am I in mattresses Bibre and in Taria, Mr. and Mrs. Asise am I in clothing, Usu Presby Church, as a church, I donated footwears and clothes Bibre. Abba Lane Dawn, am I in tea rolls, a lot of them, and a detergent, a lot of them, and no more a day Sika Bibre, I send it through Momono, and so we appreciate all of them, and we'll continue to call on them to help. Na more in our own small way, so na more no more actually that's what we are also doing, together with the Mepe Development Association to help get something to come and support.
Thank you.
They will continue to do that until you have our support.
Thank you.
In these difficult times. Yes.
That's
it. That's we wish you all the best. All right.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Engineer Kenzo. That's it.
Thank everyone who listened into. Thank you so much.
Super. That's Papa Ekosiisen, FM. We'll do